Hello students, I'm Dr. Anita Pandey from Sri Shankaracharya Mahavidyalaya Jayawani Bhilai, and today we are going to discuss on the topic foreign investment and collaboration in India. Now at the outset I would like to point out that this entire topic revolves around inflow of foreign currency in India and establishment of MNCs, which are multinational corporations and huge conglomerates. Now let's first understand the meaning of foreign capital. The flow of capital from one country to another may be termed as foreign capital, and this has been taking place since long, facilitating industrial development of the countries. Now, how does this inflow of money from one country to another facilitates industrial development? So, when foreign currency inflows from one country to another, which generally takes place between a developed nation and a developing nation, it not only fattens the foreign exchange reserve of the government of the host country, but it also brings with it foreign expertise, their way of doing business, etc. with it. Now, foreign capital is invested in the form of foreign currency, foreign machines, foreign technology, etc. The best example of this kind of investment is the collaboration that happened a few years back between Hero and Honda. Now that collaboration has ended. It has been quite a long time since it has ended. But when uh, when that collaboration happened, Honda is a Japanese company and Hero is an Indian company. Honda brought with it foreign investment and technology, which Hero did not have. Now, Hero, when it got investment, it provided, it brought with it labor, cheap labor, which is available in abundance in India. And this collaboration worked for many years, revolutionizing the market of two wheelers in India. And ultimately, when it ended or it collapsed, and Hero and Honda separated, Hero had developed the ability to synthesize the technology that it had received from Honda, and it developed the ability to come up with its own technology, with its own new innovations, new features, and now it is one of the leading sellers of two wheelers and bikes in Indian market. So, what is the need of this foreign capital? Why is it required? What does it do? What does it propel? Now, these are a few of the reasons that we need foreign capital. The first is sustaining a high level of investment. Now, this inflow of foreign capital, this generally happens between a developed nation and a developing nation. The developed nation has abundance of resources in the form of money, in the form of technology, but what it lacks in sometimes is in cheap labor and cheap other form of resources such as raw material which is required for that kind of production, right? And on the other hand, developing nation has abundance of cheap labor, the people who want employment, and comparatively cheaper raw materials. So these two countries, the entities, the businesses of these two countries come together, and they fulfill the requirements of each other. Now, sustaining a high level of investment, like I said in the example of Hero and Honda, Honda brought with it in the high level of investment, the huge amount of investment that was needed to establish the production units, the manufacturing units, and the propulsion of technology that ultimately resulted in revolutionizing that Indian market for two wheelers. Exploration of natural resources. Even government is involved in this kind of things because no government in when a mine comes up, when an exploration is required for the natural resources that are available there, government puts forth 10 starts the bid, puts ask for bids, and even foreign companies can bid for those tenders. Then development of basic economic infrastructure. Now this foreign capital helps a lot in development of foreign basic economic infrastructure. In our case, if we see, there have been talks of introducing bullet train in India, and that project is being worked on in collaboration with those countries which already have bullet train, that kind of technology. Prime example being Japan. So there is a collaboration going on with Japanese company that is bringing its investment and its technology to India, and maybe if we are lucky enough, we'll get bullet trains in India some few years down the line. Now, improvement of balance of payment position. Balance of payment position is entirely concerned with foreign exchange reserves that is available with a country, and naturally, when foreign investment inflow with inflow of foreign investment, this balance of payment position increases. It in return helps in importing the material, that is importing those raw materials or those services or those products which are not available in India, then filling the capital gap of private entrepreneurs. Now, there are many startups, private companies which are coming up with marvelous ideas, but what they lack is investment. Now, this bridging the gap of that capital, that investment can be done with the help of foreign investment. There are many people, many entities such as uh, venture capitals, venture capitalists, angel investors, etc., who invest in these up and coming businesses, who give the boost that these private entrepreneurs require. They provide capital to them, and when they start yielding results, these investors take their yield and then separate from that entity. Then the next reason is technical assistance for filling up the technological gap through following three ways. Now this is one of the biggest reason, and the three ways through which technological gap is filled or bridged is: first is widening of export service, which happened in the case of Hero and Honda. Then training of Indian personnel. Indian personnel are trained, they are provided or with the requisite training which is required for maybe operating a technologically advanced technologically advanced machine. So this collaboration happens now. Then establishment of education, research and training institution in the country. This happened in the case of collaboration of Oxford with Serum Institute of India, which ultimately yielded a vaccine for coronavirus, right? And then training of Indian personnel, availing of export services, establishment of education, research, etc. Now, these are the three ways through which this gap, this dearth of technology has been fulfilled, and it happens through introduction of foreign capital in the economy. Now, let's understand about forms of foreign capital. So, the first is foreign aid. It is a broad term. It includes foreign capital. Foreign aid means capital inflow or other assistance given to a country which is normally not provided by normal market forces. What do you mean by not normally not provided by by normal market forces? So it alludes to those loan agreements, those agreements for financial assistance, which is provided but at the cost of interest, right? So these foreign aids don't take that form. They're not entirely commercial in nature. They are more or less aids, they are help. And they take two forms: either it be in the form of grants, which means that the beneficiary country need not pay interest or need not recompense the country or the organization which has given it grant, or in the form of concessional loans from a foreign government in an international institution. These concessional loans, they may be given at a very low cost of interest, and this happened during corona period also. This pandemic period last year, Indian government took loan from a very leading bank of Asia Pacific. Now, commercial borrowings. Second form of this foreign capital is commercial borrowings. Now, this commercial borrowings is foreign capital brought into the Indian markets or introduced into the capital market. This foreign capital is sought through commercial borrowings. It takes lots of different forms, such as external commercial borrowings, etc., where the companies, or even in the form of depositories, the American depository receipt, the global depository receipts, etc., which are traded in foreign markets, the capital markets such as London Stock Exchange, Luxembourg Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, etc. And from there, these companies which require foreign capital, they attract foreign investors. Now, one of the leading examples of commercial borrowings is the external commercial borrowings that subsidiaries of huge multinational companies or corporations take from their parent company. So let us take the various forms that foreign borrowings or commercial borrowings take. So first is loan from foreign banks. So many a time government in India has raised loans from foreign banks such as US Exim Bank, Japanese Exim Bank, ECGC, Guarantee Corporation of UK, etc. So these are the institutions of government banks from where our country, the government of our country has raised loans from time to time when it is needed. The next is deposits of NRI. So the deposits of NRI is also a very important source of foreign capital. These NRIs may be high net worth individuals who deposit their money in the form of commercial borrowings. Who deposit their money in the Indian banks, and this in turn takes the form of commercial borrowings as and when the Indian corporations require them. Deposits from non-Indian residents have been considered a major component of countries' foreign capital inflows during the past decade. Now, the third form that the foreign form of foreign capital is foreign investment. So, by foreign investment, we mean the investment by foreign investors in shares, debentures, and bonds of Indian companies. So, foreign investment can be classified as under first is foreign direct investment. It is investment of capital by nationals of one country in another country by way of setting up production facilities or to purchase shares of companies in another country for the purpose of managing such companies. So, foreign direct investment is a very upfront or direct way of investing, which in turn takes the form that a production unit is set up, a collaboration or joint venture happens, and it leads to technological inflow, the inflow of money, etc. So, foreign direct investment, the best example of foreign direct investment in recent times is the agreement between Walmart and Flipkart. Walmart took over Flipkart, but for a cost of $16 billion. It is considered as one of the most pricey deals in recent times, especially where e-commerce is concerned. So that is foreign direct investment. That a foreign company took over an Indian company and acquired a controlling stake. That is, they are involved in day-to-day management or even high-level management, the the establishment of corporate strategy, etc. of that company. They have not simply invested in some some nominal percent of shares in the share capital of that company and let it be at that. No, they have taken a very direct approach. They are totally involved in the management of that company. Maybe their directors have been appointed in the board of directors of that company. So that is foreign direct investment. Now the next example of foreign investment is foreign portfolio investment, which is also known as FPI. So foreign portfolio investment happens if the investor only subscribes to shares, bonds, debentures, or other securities abroad. It is called foreign portfolio investment. Now, this happens when the subscribers or investors subscribe only to a nominal percent of shares, bonds, debentures, or even depository receipts and other securities of a particular company. It also brings in the foreign exchange, but at the same time, the control of the company is not lost from Indian hands. The board of directors and the members of that company. Foreign portfolio investment, the subscribers to the issue only invest in shares, bonds, or debentures or whatever has been issued in the market to only a nominal stake. They don't acquire a controlling stake. So more or less, they form they're in minority. They form the minority stake in the overall shareholders of that company. So these are the three forms. The first is foreign aid, then second is commercial borrowing, and the third is foreign investment. The Indian government is taking many steps to attract foreign investment in our country, and these are very necessary for the development of infrastructure and for propelling the Indian economy and the country as a whole on the path of development that will ultimately make India a developed nation. I hope this is all clear, and that's all for today. Thank you.